What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It has been a very long time since I've done anything, and I've had a lot of questions about this next little bit we're going to talk about here. I had a video on it when I first started my channel and didn't really like it, so I just took it off, deleted it. Plus things have changed with it, so I figured I would go ahead and show you guys the setup. Kind of touched on it a little bit before, but talk about my APU setup, my generator, how all that works, how it's all set up on the truck. I'm actually getting loaded right now, so the truck is really dirty. There's not a truck wash on my route, and I've been doing a local route, basically from Smyrna down to Cottondale, Alabama, and back every day. So I'm home every day and off on the weekends. Pays pretty darn good. Can't really complain there. But every now and then I'll stay out and just kind of like pick up my next load. Like right now I'm getting load for tomorrow's load, and I will actually be home tomorrow, which is Friday. I'll be back home tomorrow morning, done for the weekend, and they will go ahead and load Monday's load on me tomorrow morning when I get back. So pretty sweet deal. Been happy with it. Been doing it for a couple weeks, making pretty good money as far as the routes or the rates and everything are right now. I'm doing all right with it. So like I said, I've had questions and stuff like that, so let's get into it. My APU setup, generator, whatever you want to call it, and my AC. So I'll show you guys how that works, how I kind of made everything, and yeah, let's get to it. So first off, the generator is a Champion generator. It's a 2000 watt inverter, so it's got like the quiet eco mode. It has a 1 gallon built-in fuel tank on the top of it with the vent cap for like the on-off. All right, little wasper, you stay over there. And I've tapped into the top of that, which I'll show you guys, and I put a secondary fuel tank on top, so I now have just over 2 gallons of gas that'll run the generator with the AC on high. It'll run it for about 16 to 17 hours, give or take a little more depending on how hard the AC is working on those 2 gallons. So perfect amount for, you know, doing a 10-hour break. It works out great. But let me show you this. The truck is dirty, like I said. There's not a truck wash on my route. But this is just a fuel tank from a small like tailgater generator, and there was a handle here. That's what these are from. God, they're beating the crap out of my truck. But as you can see, it's just kind of got gas in there. And this is the bracket that was made. There's one on each side here. It runs down, and there's a shelf like this that the generator sits on, and it just kind of sits here. But back in there is the fuel cap. Let's see if y'all can see that. The fuel cap with the barb on it, so it runs from the bottom of this into the cap. And yeah, I mean, it works great. It feeds great. This is just a mud flap. I'm gonna get some diamond plate and put here, or a sheet of steel, something to kind of make this a lot better. This is just something I put over to kind of keep eyes away from it, I guess. Just kind of protect it a little more. And yeah, as you can see, the exhaust does sit there and blow onto the fender, which I do have an exhaust for it that I'm going to run down and then out, just like an APU. It actually is that same exhaust that you see sticking out right there, that little pipe. That is the exhaust for the bunk heater that I have, and I have the original one that came with that. So yeah, I'm gonna put that down here. But yeah, this is just the generator, and I can just reach in here, no problem, you know, turn the switch, do what I need to do, eco mode, whatever, and plug it up, and it just stays like this. I haven't had an issue with it. I know a lot of people are like, oh, put it in a box, but I have a mud flat back here that kind of protects it from debris inside. Obviously this is here, and the fuel tank is in front of it, so it's pretty well protected other than like rain falling directly on it, but this covers most of that. And yeah, I mean, I've never had an issue with it through the winter. I ran it through the winter, I've run it through a summer, and never had an issue. It fires up like it's supposed to. Every now and then it'll take a couple more pulls depending on how long it's been since I've used it, but generally 1 or 2 pulls and she fires up and she runs great. And yeah, I don't have an issue with it. So shout out to Champion. What a fantastic generator. I'd like to have one that was electric start, like that would be nice, but they're just way bigger. Their fuel economy isn't as great, and yeah, then I'd have to kind of move it somewhere else because they're not going to fit right here. But yeah, in the near future I do have the exhaust, so I have to put that on. It's something I haven't done right now, but yeah, let's go check out the AC inside. So my camera died, and this is obviously going to be a little different because I'm using my phone now, but I wanted to show you the setup inside the truck, obviously, right? Get out of my storage compartment here. Don't mind the truck, it is a mess. So these truck screens here, just the regular, you can get them at the truck stop for however much they are. I don't know, I bought those a long time ago, way before my generator setup. And then somebody gave me this idle air thing. I don't know if that's considered stolen. I have no idea. I don't know if you buy them and then give them back or rent them. I have no idea. Somebody gave it to me. But you could also use one of these. I'm actually going to use this. I'm going to swap what I have originally, which is the screen. So this is the actual, like the frame around here. Wrong light. Is it a little better? Y'all can see that? No, it's not. That is though. Alright, so this is obviously the screen that you would buy. And I just cut all the little, just like the internal skeleton out. Just kind of, yeah, took it out. Took a piece of plexiglass and shaped it up to the inside. And obviously you can see the little self-tapping screws that came through. Could have done a little better. There is silicone on the outside, kind of seal everything up so no weather gets in. But yeah, this is like where I had tape on here trying to keep this up because at times it didn't want to stay. Tape didn't work though because it just gets hot from the exhaust. And yeah, so plexiglass, and I just cut a hole in it for the exhaust, and then I also took a 4-inch to 3-inch adapter, so I had a lip to run this pipe through. And this is just a 4-inch dryer hose. It just sits like that. Zoom out here. And then this is obviously the AC. Nothing crazy, just a cheaper model, Solus Air or whatever brand. It did come with a remote. That's obviously where the cold air comes out of. But yeah, this intake I made for this because the system sucks air in from here and it cools it and blows it out here. Well, it also, this whole side right here, all of this back section, as you can see there's some vents there, was actually, like, it sucks the cold air that it's been producing in the truck or in the room wherever you're at, and then it throws it out through the exhaust because it cools the system. And it's kind of like cooling the air and then throwing it right back out. It's kind of dumb. So I noticed online, like, some of the really expensive units have a dual intake or a dual hose setup, so you have an intake and an exhaust. So I'm like, well, hell, I can make that. So that's what I did, and I just, as you see, just gonna use some like poster board stuff here, some tape, and I've had this thing for years, so it's kind of a little rough looking right now. But this, I'm gonna turn it on. You'll see, like, this just sucks. Well, it sits there. So basically it sucks ambient air from outside, pushes it through the system, cools it down, and then blows it out the exhaust. And I'm not wasting my air that I've cooled with the system, so it's a little more efficient. But the generator kicks this thing on, no problem. And it's actually cooling already, like it came right on. It does have a cool mode. I mean, this is really cold air. In the summertime, like when it's really hot, I do have a fan. I have an old turbo fan that I don't use, but I just use this fan. I'll kind of like turn it, plug it into my adapter up here, and just kind of help circulate some air around, because obviously I sleep up top and it does get a little warm up there. But other than that, that is my AC setup. That is my generator setup you guys seen. Sorry about the video quality. I'm sure it's changed quite a bit. Let me turn back this way so y'all can see me here. Turn that off. Yeah, that's the whole setup. Buddy of mine, Phil, his father-in-law is an owner-operator, and he has been for years, and he's gone through APUs and all that kind of stuff. And he has an extra one that he took off a truck that he sold. He's got all the parts for it, everything, and he's like, hey man, you can have it. It does need an AC compressor, but everything else works. So that's exciting. I'm obviously in another video. I'll go over there, pick that thing up. We'll get it to the house, put a battery on it, kind of make sure everything does work, at least that it runs, and whatever else I need to do to kind of make sure it all works before I start installing it on here, put it on the truck. I don't know if it'll actually fit between my tank and my fender back there, because there's not a whole lot of room where my generator is, but I mean, we'll see. Other than that, yeah, y'all stay tuned for more videos. Sorry, it's been a while. Just kind of been doing this local thing here where I'm running from, like I said earlier in the video, from Smyrna down to Cottondale and back. I'm actually in Cottondale now, just waiting to get unloaded for tomorrow's load, because I'm here early. It's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, so I actually have Friday's load here now. I'll get unloaded 6:30 in the morning, shoot back up there, the 4-hour drive, and then I'll be done for the weekend, which is really nice. I won't get home late Friday evening. I get home Friday morning. It's great. So yeah, I'm gonna cook some chicken, make some rice, maybe some vegetables, and yeah, I'm gonna have a night here hanging out in the dock, wait till in the morning, and I gotta turn this thing on because it's freaking hot in here. So until next time, you guys stay safe, love one another, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Be good.